Well, there are 5 ways to improve or lower your credit score. The following are: number one, payment history, that's 35%. Number two, the amounts of what you owe, that's 30%. Number three, the length of credit history, that's 15%. Then a new credit inquiry, that's 10%, and the types of credit in use, that's another 10%. So what do we mean by those 5? So for the payment history, you need to make your payment 2 days before the deadline, so at least you will be a good standing. Because the credit card company, when you pay on the deadline, they already reported your total balance 2 days before. So enable for you to maximize your good credit score or improve your credit score, you need to make a payment before the deadline. 2 days before the deadline is the suggested. The amounts of you owed 2 days before the deadline, you need to settle at least 70 to 80% of your total balance. For the length of credit history, even you open another credit card, you have to make sure the old one, you keep it even if you don't use it. For example, you just avail the United Visa card for travel, and you get the points, the maximum expenses needed, and you set them up to get the $600 cash advance or travel ticket. You still need to keep it for at least more than years, like 10 years or so, and then use them once a year, because that will also help to the length of credit history. And then another, if you have your regular business credit card, you keep that also improve. Even you don't use the United Visa card, that's important to keep and do not close it. The number for the new credit and recently opened accounts, what we mean by this is when you let's say you're applying for the house, it is ideal that if you're applying to 3 different lenders for you to give the house, for you to apply for the real estate loan, it needs to be done within 45, I think within 35 days. Because they cannot do hard pull. I'm talking about the hard pull. They can only do it less than 35 days. If they keep pulling, let's say after 35 days you apply for another lender and another lender, that affects your credit score, because the bank or the credit company like Karma would see it that you really hardly needed the money. So that's why the pulled out should be happen in less than 35 days for 3 different banks if you're applying for a house loan, to keep your credit score in good standing. And then lastly would be the types of credit in use. So the types of credits in use, there are installment plan, and there are also like revolving credit. We talk about this in the working capital. For example, for the your business credit card, you need to set it up like auto payment. That's an installment payment. But there's another one that you call revolving line of credit. You need to have that too. These are for people using a business line of credit for working capital. So these are 2 different types. The credit card is one, and the business line of credit is another. If you have at least those 2 types of credit for your business, that is a higher chance that your credit score will improve. Okay, so there's 2 for the types of credit: the revolving line of credit, which is your working capital, or that's the business line of credit, and the second one is the use of your regular business credit card for other expenses. Yeah, I mean, we won't be able to apply everything all at the same time. That's why we are here to really guide you and help you to get through with this by being our client.